The community demanded it, and it looks like tonight the militia that's taken over a wildlife refuge is listening.
KOIN 6 has been in Burns since the day the takeover started. Our Chris Holmstrom is continuing our coverage tonight. Chris?
Dan and Jennifer, I learned today, 11 days after they took over the refuge, they do have plans to leave. In fact, militia members plan on having a meeting on Friday to discuss those plans. But in the meantime, they spent the day tidying up. It's cleanup day at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. Militia members cleaning up one of the garages.
We found it in quite disarray, 2 inches deep of rat fecal matter.
Is this a case of leaving it better than you found it?
Absolutely.
Today, Lavoy Finicum made the announcement that they'll be meeting with the community on Friday to discuss plans to leave, but we don't know yet exactly when they'll leave. Finicum also wanted to reiterate why his group was there. He says it started with supporting the Hammonds, the Oregon ranchers serving a prison sentence for setting fires on federal land. But he says now it's a bigger issue.
This is about abuse in our health care, abuse with federal regulations at every level of our lives. We are losing our freedoms, and it is close to being gone.
Aside from occupying the refuge, the armed protesters also took down a fence nearby, saying the Pucketts, a ranching family, should be allowed to graze their cattle on the land. But the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service tells us this is illegal and would be considered trespassing.
The Pucketts have now been contacted by FBI, by other agencies, by the BLM, putting pressure upon them, intimidating them. This has to stop.
But local law enforcement says it's the militia that's doing the intimidating. They tell us since the militia took over the refuge, there's been an uptick in intimidation and harassment in the community. And at last night's community meeting, it was obvious that the majority in attendance want them out.
Our community does not want you here any longer. Please honor our community's wishes and depart immediately.
And back out here live, as for the location of the militia meeting, it's still unknown. We do know it's Friday at 7 o'clock, but once we find out that location, we'll let you know. Reporting live from Burns, I'm Chris Holmstrom for KOIN 6 News.
Okay.